Well, we've all been there, grab a number and wait, but dozens of viewers have reached out to us to complain the lines at the Department of Licensing in Spokane or Spokane Valley have grown so much recently, they've waited 3, sometimes 4 hours. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Jane McCarthy. The Department of Licensing says the summers always bring heavy traffic and new federal requirements are bogging down the system too.
KREM 2's Rob Harris dropped by the line today to hear from some of the people waiting.
This story is about time. Your time, your neighbor's time, the state of Washington's time. Times like 6:30 a.m. That's when the line started to form outside the Department of Licensing in Spokane Valley.
I have other errands to run, but this is the first time I live, so I wanted to get out of the way. Otherwise, if I came late, I might not even get it done.
Folks had their iPhones and card games to pass the time as they waited to get inside to wait again.
Ginger Daly's boyfriend urged her to come early, hoping she could learn from his misery.
He was here for about 2.5, 3 hours, so he told me to get here early. So I'm here, 7:30.
In order to put this in perspective, we actually have to go back in time to 2005. That's when Congress passed the Real ID Act.
It came in the aftermath of September 11th and established security standards for licenses across the country. The state of Washington got several extensions, but is now working towards compliance. And that's thrown DOL offices quite a curveball. If you have a license deadline looming, here are some time-saving tips from the DOL. Visit during the middle of the week, aim for mornings, avoid the lunch hour at all costs, and take time to check out their website before you come. You may be able to renew online, and if not, you can at least make sure you have everything you need before you get there. Nothing like spending time in line just to find out it was for nothing.
The Department of Licensing says they're now working to streamline this process and cut down on the wait. And in the meantime, folks are going to be getting here early just to wait. In Spokane, Rob Harris, back to you.
Well, in other news, President Donald Trump is defending his latest tweet regarding North Korea. This morning he wrote, quote, "Military solutions are now fully in place, locked and loaded should North Korea act unwisely. Hopefully Kim Jong-un will find another path." He followed it with more warnings this afternoon.
This man will not get away with what he's doing, believe me. I hope that they are going to fully understand the gravity of what I said, and what I said is what I mean.
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is headed to Asia next week for talks with China, Japan, and South Korea. The tension of North Korea will likely dominate the conversation.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding this 15-year-old boy who ran away from the New Beginnings facility. Stephen Hyde was reported as a runaway after he did not return to the facility. He was upset when he left. Officials say he's autistic, takes medication for seizures, and has a difficult time communicating. So if you've seen him, you're urged to call Crime Check.
Well, the weekend is here finally, and it looks like there might be some changes on the way.
Randy Mann, the weatherman, is manning the Weather Center and tells us all about that. Hi, Randy.
Hi there. Yeah, we are talking about some changes in store for your weekend. Finally clear out some of the smoke, but how bad was it? Well, it was in the 160s earlier. Now it's about 148, so that's unhealthy for sensitive groups. Tomorrow it will be in the unhealthy category. So we have air quality alerts in effect through Saturday at noon. Red flag warnings from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday for areas down to the south, the mountains of western Idaho, and across southeastern Washington. So partly cloudy to mostly clear skies once you get away from all this haze and smoke. But we broke a record, 15 days in a row with 90s. And that breaks it, set back in 1894. We've had 27 days with temperatures into the 90s, and here's 27. 96 at Spokane, 95 in Coeur d'Alene, over 100 as you head south. Now here's our future tracker winds. Notice they start out light Saturday morning, but boy, do they really pick up as we head into late Saturday and into Sunday. Some places out toward the east and north could be close to or above 30 miles per hour. So we are looking for haze and smoke tonight, tomorrow morning, partly cloudy, hot tomorrow afternoon, still mid-90s, chance of showers and thunderstorms late afternoon and evening. Tell you more about that, cooler weather, 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks, Randy. And Randy touched on it, but a lot of you asking when exactly this smoke will move out of here.
That's right. So KREM 2's Evan Durrani found out. He also explains why the air quality may not improve significantly even when the smoke leaves.
Mark and Jane, today the air in eastern Washington remains near the top of the worst air in the nation. Spokane has an air quality index of 148, placing us in unhealthy range, meaning anyone could begin feeling the effects of the smoke on their health, especially those with respiratory or heart issues. Colville remains slightly worse with air of 158, and Omak currently classified as unhealthy for sensitive groups at 139. Now starting tomorrow, southwest winds will carry that smoke towards the north, cutting us off from the smoke traveling down from fires in Canada. You've been sharing your photos of those smoky skies with us all over social media. While the smoke is expected to clear out Saturday and Sunday, officials say the air quality index may not change. Dust storms may pick up over the weekend, which factor into the air quality index, and the winds from the southwest could also carry Oregon smoke towards us, giving us some relief, but it won't bring those numbers back to normal.
That was Evan Noorani reporting. Well, it is an iconic part of Spokane's skyline, and we'll have to wait a little longer before the city makes its final decision on a new design for the pavilion at Riverfront Park.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley asks the park director why the delay. She joins us live now with the details. Amanda?
Morgan Jane, the design team was originally supposed to have a final design of the pavilion in September. But Parks and Recreation Director Leroy Eady told me extending the design period to October will allow for more time for the design to evolve and for the board to hear from the community.
It didn't cost us any more money. It doesn't affect our overall timeline. It just made sense as the designs have evolved.
The park board has gone back and forth, asking themselves and the community to cover or not to cover. Now, the current design of the pavilion has evolved to this, a partially covered structure with the use of shaded areas, lights in various colors, and even reflectors to achieve the board's goal of keeping the area open.
One of the advantages of the way they're looking at the new shade and rain protection covers is that some of that might be retractable too. And we're going to continue to explore that because we really want that pavilion to be as open as possible.
Last night, the board also decided to reallocate $2 million that was originally designated to the construction of the pavilion. That still means the project stays within its overall budget. Eady says it will also allow designers to add wow factors like the lights and retractable shade to their design.
You know, we want that money to go directly to getting as much as we can out of the pavilion and maximizing the good, really cool creative ideas that our design build team have come up with.
Eady adds $500,000 of the $2 million reallocated to the project will serve as a buffer in case they run into any problems during construction. And the next opportunity for the public to weigh in on the new designs will be at an open house either at the end of September or early October. And of course, we'll keep you updated when a date is set. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you very much. Well, few